Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear friends, 42 years ago, our people triumphed in a great popular revolution. Unlike similar uprisings in world history, our Islamic Revolution succeeded without reliance on any external power or the leadership of any armed group. Iranian people's 100-year-long quest to determine their own destiny and establish accountable rule came to fruition in spite of all odds, including outside plotting and through a sole reliance on people power. We have come a long way since, and we do not relent in striving towards achieving our ideals. Among our key achievements is the harnessing of the talents and capabilities of our own people. This has allowed us to develop the most extensive local industrial base and homegrown scientific and technological prowess. We have achieved this and much more in the face of the longest and most extensive campaign of economic terrorism in recent history. Not even the COVID-19 pandemic compelled the previous US regime to cease its lawless assault on ordinary Iranians. Donald Trump betted on the myth that Iran is a nation that can be forced to choose between collapse and submission. We have all seen the outcome of that bet. But Trump was not the first nor the second, but in fact the 7th consecutive US president who has made and lost the exact same wager. With the new administration in Washington, there is an opportunity to try a new approach, but the current window is fleeting. Soon, my government will be compelled to take further remedial action in response to the American and European dismal failure to live up to their commitment under the nuclear deal. This remedial action, as directed by our Parliament and in accordance with our rights within the JCPOA, entails an enhancement of our nuclear program and a reduction in our cooperation with IAEA inspectors. It can be averted only if the United States decides to learn from Trump's maximum failure rather than lean on it. Iran has time and again proven its readiness for engagement and cooperation towards shared goals and objectives with our neighbors. Our consistent aim in all our endeavors has been to build a more stable, peaceful, and prosperous region, and we have proposed initiatives in this regard. I hope that our neighbors will have learned that they cannot bank on outsiders to provide them with security. We need to rely on each other, as geography promises that we will remain neighbors forever. We Iranians do what we say, and most importantly, we always keep our word. On the anniversary of our revolution, I reiterate Iran's invitation to make use of the current window of opportunity to embrace dialogue and do away with the futile hostility towards the Iranian people. Thank you.
In the name of God, the compassionate, the merciful. At the beginning of the 42nd anniversary of the Islamic Revolution of Iran, I express my congratulations. It is an undeniable fact that today, in the 5th decade of the Islamic Revolution, Iran has not only become more resilient by maintaining its independence, but also has been able to attain great achievements in various fields such as security, politics, economy, culture, science, and many more other areas. one of the most valuable achievements of Iran is independence and security and internal stability of the country. Over the past 4 decades, the United States and others have tried in various ways, including supporting terrorist groups and organizations, to interfere in internal affairs by creating and manipulating civil disobedience, inciting protests and street riots, and so on. But today, more than ever, Iran is secured. Iran has made significant scientific progress in the last 4 decades. In the field of health, Iran ranked 7th in terms of life expectancy. From 1960 to 2017, life expectancy is increased from 45 years to 76 years. Today, the Islamic Republic of Iran is among the top 10 countries producing the coronavirus vaccine in the world. Making COVID-19 vaccine and corona test kit is the latest example of Iran's success in the field of science. Iran's scientific growth is 11 times more than the world scientific growth, and it ranks first at the global level. In the field of energy, Iran ranks 2nd in Energy Development Index, 3rd in oil production, 15th in electricity technology, and 16th in gasoline production. In the field of communication technology, Iran is ranked 17th in the worldwide with the nearly 15 million users who have access to the internet. Also, Iran is one of the 15 countries in terms of space technology development. In the nuclear field, Iran is one of the 13 countries with a complete nuclear fuel cycle and one of the 14 countries that have the ability to enrich uranium. In terms of steam cell production technology, Iran ranks 2nd in the world. According to the international indicators, Iran today is among the top 15 military powers in the world. All these have happened while for the past 42 years, Iran has not been in a normal situation or in a calm geopolitical environment. For the past 42 years, Iran has faced acts such as terrorism and imposed war, sanctions, and political pressures fully contrary to international law. The approach of Iran in the field of foreign policy has always been based on multilateralism and adherence to the internationally recognized principles and rules, as well as established on respect and benefits. In this respect, in recent years, Iran, despite the illegal withdrawal of the United States from Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, the imposition of sanctions, and maximum pressures on the Iranian nation, has tried to keep the windows of dialogue and diplomacy open. The official relations between Iran and Romania date back to very distant years. December 2021 marks the 114th anniversary of Iran's recognition of Romanian independence. Iran was one of the first non-European countries to recognize Romania, and since then, political and economic relations have been based on cultural commonalities. The view of Iran toward Romania has always been a view based on friendship, constructive interaction and cooperation, and based on the interest of both parties and respect for values and beliefs of the people of Iran and Romania. Necessary grounds are provided for upgrading economy and political relations to an excellent level. Meetings and trips of officials of the two countries, as well as understanding and concluding international instruments, can make the grounds for expanding and deepening the bilateral relations. Iran and Romania has always had relatively good economic and trade relations, so that the peak of trade between the two countries in the 1980s has reached $1.5 billion. During the past years and before the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, the level of economic relation between Iran and Romania has always fluctuated. Hopefully, statistics regarding the trade volumes for 2016 and 2017 were 410 million euros and 467 million euros respectively. It seems in the current situation, the volume of bilateral trade is not in a favorable position compared to the economic capacities of the two countries. We welcome the Romanian private and state-owned companies' investment in the Islamic Republic of Iran, and we believe that investing in Iran has always have many benefits and opportunities. Iran is ready to take steps to expand economic relations between the two countries, of course, regardless of the third-party involvement and considerations. In the new international atmosphere, the possibility of economic cooperation in various fields is much wider. What is important for Iran and Romania is an independent understanding of common interests and values. The simultaneous start of missions of the new ambassadors of Iran and Romania should be seen as an auspicious sign, and we hope that in the new international environment, with independent management of relations and using the opportunities and capacities of the two countries, we can develop the relations between the two governments and nations of Iran and Romania more than before. At the end, on the 42nd anniversary of the victory of the Islamic Revolution, I wish progress and success to the Romanian government and people, and I wish peace and friendship and a world free of violence and extremism for humanity. Thank you very much.
Excelența voastră, domnule ambasador Seyed Hossein Sadat Meidani, excelențele voastre, doamnelor și domnilor. Sunt onorat de invitația excelenței voastre de a-mi transmite gândul cu ocazia acestei zile atât de importante pentru Republica Islamică Iran. Vă felicit pentru aniversarea a 42 de ani de la victoria Revoluției Islamice. Relațiile de bună prietenie între România și Republica Islamică Iran sunt îndelungate. Între statele noastre există o bună cooperare în domenii diverse, fapt ce constituie o bază solidă pentru implementarea și dezvoltarea unor noi proiecte cu avantaje reciproce. O abordare constructivă la nivel sectorial este benefică pentru aprofundarea relației de prietenie și pentru identificarea unor noi oportunități de colaborare. De mai bine de 100 de ani, relațiile dintre România și Iran au fost caracterizate de calm, respect reciproc, iar țara noastră este percepută în cultura persană drept un potențial prieten. România și Republica Islamică Iran au o tradiție de colaborare în domeniul educației, un număr mare de cetățeni iranieni și-au desăvârșit pregătirea academică în universitățile din România, iar acest aspect este susținut de statul român. În calitate de rector al Universității 1 decembrie 1918 din Alba Iulia, consider că educația, ca parte a diplomației culturale, reprezintă unul din principalii pioni în podurile de colaborare între România și Republica Islamică Iran. Fiind matematician de profesie, nu pot să nu apreciez atenția pe care o acordă țara dumneavoastră cultivării apetitului pentru acest domeniu în rândul tinerei generații, iar rezultatele obținute sunt remarcabile. Pozițiile strategice ale țărilor noastre în termeni economici și umani au reprezentat un argument în favoarea dezvoltării continue a relației bilaterale. Acest aspect a fost reflectat și în cadrul diplomației parlamentare practicate de ambele țări. Vizite reciproce și dialog deschis despre numeroase teme de interes pentru ambele părți, precum asigurarea păcii și stabilității în Orientul Mijlociu și Nordul Africii, combaterea terorismului, combaterea traficului de stupefiante, dezvoltarea relațiilor economice. Desigur, este loc de îmbunătățire a relațiilor economice dintre România și țara dumneavoastră, iar în perioada 2015-2016 ne-a demonstrat că relațiile comerciale bilaterale au fost în creștere. Salut atitudinea proactivă a Comisiei Mixte Româno-Iraniană de Cooperare Economică, Științifică, Tehnică și Culturală, care analizează oportunități de investiții și colaborare în beneficiul ambelor părți. Această comisie, înființată în baza înțelegerii semnate la 1 noiembrie 1966 și funcționând în baza regulamentului semnat la București în 1999, a avut până în prezent 15 sesiuni, ultima desfășurându-se la Teheran în perioada 21-27 ianuarie 2003. Consider că domenii de interes pentru ambele țări, precum cel agroalimentar, petrochimic, auto, textil, construcții, reprezintă oportunități de a dezvolta proiecte reciproc avantajoase. Un alt palier dinamic în cadrul diplomației economice este și cel susținut de activitatea desfășurată de Camerele de Comerț Iran și România. Și aici trebuie să subliniez calitatea muncii depuse de ambele părți cu scopul de a dezvolta relațiile economice. Țara dumneavoastră este una cu o economie dinamică, cu o populație semnificativă, iar România poate găsi în ea un excelent partener pentru exporturi, cât și pentru dezvoltarea unor relații bilaterale în domenii cheie. Condițiile dificile generate de pandemia de COVID-19 au generat dezvoltarea rapidă a dialogului prin platforme online de comunicare, organizarea de forumuri și expoziții virtuale. Astfel, prin valorificarea posibilităților IT, companiile comerciale au identificat noi oportunități de afaceri. Aceste elemente, care nu pot înlocui în totalitate beneficiile aduse de contactele directe, sunt deosebit de utile în păstrarea legăturilor, în depășirea distanțelor dintre țări și în dezvoltarea rapidă în multiple domenii economice, chiar și în condițiile dificile generate de pandemie. Având în vedere previziunile pozitive referitoare la diminuarea efectelor pandemiei de COVID-19, în perioada următoare, condițiile online de comunicare pot fi menținute în continuare în fazele inițiale ale dialogului din mediul privat. Având în vedere interesul economic între cele două state, este benefică dezvoltarea contactelor și schimburilor comerciale pentru bunăstarea ambelor popoare. Cu prilejul Zilei Naționale a Republicii Islamice Iran, permiteți să adresez felicitări și cele mai bune urări de pace și prosperitate poporului iranian.
vast land of Iran is known as the cradle of ancient civilization, the glorious history, authentic Iranian Islamic culture, and the possession of sage scholars and scientists, which over the years has presented the world with many valuable and unique experiences and achievements in science, culture, politics, economy, art, and social matters. This immense geographical area with diverse climates and rich fossil and mineral reserves has been a vital intersection for exportation and economy, enjoyed a strategic regional position, and provided security, stability, and tranquility for this role-playing zone. The progressive and dynamic spirit of Iran and Iranians continues to peak and shines like a diamond in the fields of modern knowledge, superior technologies, flourishing industries, media, energy exports, tourism, ideology, and the promotion of human achievement. Scientific advancements. Economic growth. Military and security advancements. Health sector development. Iran's stance in the region and international ties. Agriculture sector development. Achievements in sports. Development of tourism industry. Expansion of infrastructure. Cultural and social development.